What's up, guys? I'm back with another movie review. I reviewed the first Madea Halloween movie, Boo, not too long ago. I was not a fan of it. I'm not a big fan of Tyler Perry or Madea, but my mom loves Madea for some reason, so I went with her to the theater to see Boo 2. Um, this one is about pretty much a very similar story to the first movie in that Medea's niece is wanting to go to a party. Nobody wants her to go to the party. Some drama between her divorced parents causes her mother to let her go out of spite, and Medea is not going to let that happen. So she's going to travel to this lake where they're having this big all night party, and it just so happens that the lake is where a bunch of people were murdered, and so Medea and her friends are going to try to rescue her niece and make sure that nobody dies. My main issue, besides the fact that I just don't like Medea, is with the first movie, is that it was set on Halloween, but it had almost no horror elements at all. Like, it's not going to be scary, but at least they can make an effort, right? Like, there was a guy in a clown mask and acrobatic zombies, and that was about it. It was only like, a total of 45 seconds of screen time. In Boo 2, I still don't like Medea. I don't like the loud, stereotype, over the top, humor that's used in super broad humor, by the way, just like way, way broad. But I will say this: it is immensely better than the first movie. They make good use of the Halloween setting. It does actually play up the horror and have some like cheap jump scares, and it's much more entertaining to me to see these characters interact with, like, the creepy girls with the stringy hair in their face and a guy with a chainsaw. At least it's something different for this, for the Medea series. Most of it is still not very funny, but it's at least something different and a little bit fresh. And I just appreciated it as a horror fan that they at least made good use of the Halloween setting. To me, that's a huge step in the right direction. And I think overall, this movie is a huge improvement over the original. At the same time, however, I don't really know that it's that much more entertaining, just because I think it is what it is. When you go into a Medea movie, it's going to be a Medea movie, whether it's Halloween, St. Patrick's Day, whatever it is. So my original review of the first movie, even though the second one is much, much better, is essentially the same, which is that if you go into this movie as a fan of Tyler Perry and Medea, you're going to love this movie. It does everything that you would expect from a Medea movie. It follows the blueprint. It just puts the characters into some new situations. So it does feel a lot, fresher than the normal Tyler Perry movie, but it is more of the same. At the same time, if you're not a fan of Medea, this movie is not going to convert you and make a fan out of you, for the same reasons, that it's just the same, formula followed, just with some, a different backdrop. So, Boo 2, not a good movie, but at the same time, it's infinitely better than the first movie. So if you have, somebody in your life, a friend or a relative that really likes Medea, and, it wouldn't kill you to go to see it. It's, it's at least it's tries to, put some Halloween stuff into it. So don't see it unless you have to, but, if you want to take one for the team and be nice guy slash girl, for your friend or your loved one, check it out. So Boo 2 better, still not a good movie. That's my review of Boo 2 on Medea Halloween. I hope you like this review. If you do, make sure to go to my website, markfusion.com. I've got a full write-up on both of the Boo movies, but I don't think you should read them, but that's up to you. I'm also on Twitter, Twitch, and Instagram at markfusion, and there's hundreds of other reviews on my website as well. I'm also on Patreon if you want to support this, support my content even more and get exclusive stuff. But the absolute best thing you can do for me is to drop a sub on this channel. That is the most helpful, free thing you can do for me. And I would, from the bottom of my heart, man, that would be awesome if you could do that for me. And it would also help me feel better about having sat through 2 Medea movies. So thank you so much for watching. I do genuinely appreciate it. Hopefully I'll see you soon.